This is the sash I've been making for my friend's hen do. All I did was I just dyed this piece of linen so it was more a colour that she likes, because it was like a kind of dusky rose before. And I drew out the lettering on some paper to begin with, just so I could practice the writing. And then thankfully it wasn't so dark, the fabric, that I couldn't put it up against the window to kind of trace over it. And all this is just a fabric marker that I got that actually worked out really well. So I've been making some, oh, nearly knocked all of those off. I have been making some crochet flowers to decorate it. These are the colours of our bridesmaids dresses, so we're all a different shade of yellow. They're not exact, but they're close enough. So I have to make another one of these, and then I think I'm going to sew it up and position them a bit better, because I think it will be easier to see where to put them on the bottom when it's sewed. So I'm just going to make like a big tube of fabric and bag it out. And then I might make some, I was thinking of making some wee ones just here, here and here. But I think I'll make the last big one first and then sew it up and then see what it looks like. This is it sewn up. I have had to kind of fold it a little bit here because it was really kind of poking out. I will see if I can show you, because I'll need to unpin this to sew it closed. But I think it's because it's linen and it obviously doesn't drape. Well, I mean, linen can drape, but this is a heavier weight linen. So it just kind of stuck out and looked a bit odd, but pleating it and kind of creating a little bit of shaping has made it sit a bit better. So hopefully it will be okay on my friend, but you know, it's the thought that counts. And I have actually decided I'm going to go with the 3 up here, and then even though I made the other ones the same, I think it looks nicer just with the 1 flower there. So I think that's what I'm going to leave it with. So I'm going to sew up the gap there and pin this in place, but I'll show you what it looks like without the pleat just so you can see. This is what happens without it folded at the bottom edge here. So you can see it just doesn't look super great. It might be that it's a wee bit too long, but she's taller than me, so I don't want to shorten it too much. So I think the pleating is the best solution that I can come up with for now, and I think it will do. I mean, I don't think it's going to be something that she's going to wear all the time, but at least she'll have a nice memento to keep. that's the end of the video for this week. I really hope you enjoyed following along with our travel adventures and a little bit of crafting along the way. I thought before I leave you, I will give you another wee update of this knitted vest that I'm making. I actually frogged it again because I was using, oh, hello, sorry, he's coming to say hello, hi. I actually frogged it because the tension was really off. I've been using continental style knitting on it and I've been really struggling to get the purl stitches, to maintain the tension in the purl stitches. So if anybody has any tips for that, please put them in the comments. I have now switched back to English style knitting and I'm finding it a lot easier to maintain the tension and it's looking a lot better and I'm much more happy with it. So I think I'm just going to keep with that for now. I am going to leave you and thank you so much for watching. If you have managed to make it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. I will be back hopefully next week with some more lovely things to show you. So for now, goodbye from me and Nessie, who is still insisting on cuddles even though it's very hot, but it's a wee bit cooler now. I think she just missed us a lot and now she's really happy we're home. Aren't you, Bean? Okay, so I am gonna go. Thank you again and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye!